You know how that old saying goes, home is where the backtracking begins. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pokémon Sun and Moon. Last time we cleared the final trial on Colaa Island, at least the normal trials, because there's still the grand trial. We defeated Totem Lurantis at the Lush Jungle, and now we can challenge the grand trial and Kahuna Olivia. But there's also something we need to do on Colaa and Hiahia at the Dimensional Research Lab, but before we do that, we're gonna do a bit of backtracking for stuff that I technically actually could have started doing when I got the Lapras paddle, but I didn't want to backtrack on foot or Tauros or Stoutland and then take the boat back, so I also waited until I got Charizard, but then I still waited like a couple episodes. Anyway, before we do story progress, I should say, we're gonna be doing some side questy things, mostly picking up some Zygarde cells, and that begins actually right at home. So, in your bedroom, you can pick up not a green sparkly, but a pink sparkly.
Sinnoh wants to talk to you. Zzz.
I just received a signal from your Zygarde cube. The creature that just got sucked into the cube is what we call a Zygarde core. Cores are mysterious creatures that form Zygarde together with cells. Also, cores retain Zygarde's moves. You can use the Zygarde cube to teach your Zygarde a move. Why don't you try it sometime? Bon chance! You've collected 10% so far. If you'd like to know what this number means, please come to the Aether Base on Route 16 on Ula Ula Island. You are getting warmer. Bon chance. So yes, not only are there Zygarde cells to collect, but there are also Zygarde cores. They really screwed over Zygarde by not making a Pokemon Z, and then they kind of shoved Alola a little bit in the backseat by making Zygarde prominent and having this whole side quest with Zygarde's other forms, because yes, Zygarde does have forms in this game, not just singular new form, there's two. Anyway, there are some more Zygarde cells we can pick up. Cores are obviously different because they sparkled with pink and not with green. Basically to cover like their belly, I think that's what it was supposed to mean, because their bellies are like, the Zygarde cores rather are, have like pink on their bellies. In the anime, they were known as Squishy, or at least the one that Bonnie carried around was known as Squishy. I love the cry. I think they retained it in the English dub. I know in Japanese the cry is funnier to me, because it goes. Anyway, I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to pick up another Zygarde cell that's just chilling out by this tree. Now, admittedly, I don't remember which ones I've collected in Sun, because I've been collecting them in Moon as well, obviously, but I'm trying to complete it 100%, getting all of the Zygarde cells and cores in Sun here, because this is our main playthrough. So, I will try to mention where everything is located or show them off. Hopefully there are some I didn't grab off screen that I'm forgetting. I'm hoping. I'll find out, obviously, by the time I go to these places when I backtrack. Anyway, here in Hollis House in Icky Town, there's actually another Zygarde core here in the northeastern room of his house, chilling out basically on the balcony, not really inside the room.
Sinnoh wants to talk to you. Zzz.
I see that you just collected another Zygarde core. Each of these core moves are memorized by the Zygarde cube, so you can use it to teach Zygarde moves as many times as you'd like. Everything is up to you. Bon chance. Very nice. And I've already mentioned it before, but just in case, because I'm probably going to title this Zygarde Cell Tracking or something like that. Something with Zygarde in the title. Just to mention it again, in case you're looking at this in terms of like, hey, walk through on where the Zygarde stuff is. I gotta say, I don't really like how some of them are only found by day and by night, and that's a real bummer, because I usually record during the day. So it's gonna be a little odd going through nighttime to do this and things of that nature. Obviously, I could just adjust my 3DS's time. That would probably be the best solution, but yeah, some cells are only found at day, some are only found at night, and then there's ones that can be found at any time of day. I like those ones the best. Anyway, let's go to the Howley outskirts. Actually, I could have sworn that there was one listed for over here on the Howley outskirts by the research lab, by the second patch of grass. Could have sworn there was one listed on the walkthrough area thing I was using. Doesn't look like there is. Doesn't look like it. But I do know there is one chilling over here next to the research lab / Kukui's house. And speaking of things by Kukui's house, there's a couple of Corsola here. The Pokemon seems to be hurt. What will we do? Take it to a Pokemon Center, obviously. Sorry, I know, I took way too long. Huh? I just left my Pokemon here to play for a little bit while I was shopping in town. I checked that there weren't any Pokemon here that would hurt my, that would bully my Corsola, but there was a Marini hiding in the rocks. Ooh, I want to fish it up and show it my wrath. Marini love breaking off and eating Corsola's branches more than anything else in the world. They hunt Corsola down mercilessly to gnaw and nibble on their branches. Sure, the Corsola's branches can regenerate and they'll eventually grow back, but that doesn't make it any less scary for Corsola. You were worried about my Corsola and trying to help them, weren't you? Thank you. You're a really nice trainer. Here, take this from me. It might come in handy. A wide lens that will boost accuracy of moves. It's actually really good for some moves. Come on, let's get you both a little all better. Off to the Pokemon Center. I wonder if you say select potion, if she'll just spray some potion and then leave. Huh. That's something to marvel at. Anyway, now that we have Lapras, let's head inside the water here and go around Melee Sea. I've already faced some of the trainers off screen. Ooh, there's one of these rare puddles here. Let's see, can I fish up something good? Maybe, possibly. Nothing seems to be biting. Okay, well that's... Oh, it actually stayed there, huh? Wow, I thought it was gonna disappear. Anyway, let's see. I know there's an island right here. Yes, indeed, there's an item left here. I left all of the items along my journey that I did off-screen, just so I could collect them on-screen. And it's a very good choice because this is a soft sand. Soft sand boosts the power of ground-type moves, which is very, very nice. I think that's actually the only item on the island, but actually, wait. I could have sworn that there was a Pokeball in the water. Trying to remember, trying to spot it. Yeah, there it is. A Super Repel. Okay, not too bad. Alright, I think that actually is it for Melee Sea, at least over here. Because there are some rocks blocking our way. We might need a different ride Pokemon for that one, wink wink, nudge nudge. Alright, so what we can do is make our way here in the Melee Sea, going into our transitional screen of glory to not overpower the 3DS, into more of... Oh, there's some rocks blocking there. Oh, that looks like a cave entrance. I would really like to go there. Maybe I'll have to wait for that. And if we continue going up this way, we will find ourselves, eventually, in the beachfront of Hollis City. Huh, not too shabby, huh? Made our way to backtrack over here. Alright, so the next location we're going to want to go to, I'm just going to Charizard fly here, Charizard glide or whatever it's called. No, I didn't want to go to Colaa Island. I wanted to zoom in, because the next location we can go to is actually over by the Melee Meadow, because there's that bay that we did see before, that we couldn't access because we didn't have a surfing Pokemon to use. But now that we have the Lapras paddle, we can make our way over to that cave. Oh, whoa, hang on, there's an item I never picked up over here. How did I forget this? It's an expert belt. Oh, neat. Actually, I think the cave entrance is just right over here, so I won't need to cut any of the video. Yeah, alright, look at that. Perfect. Alright, here we are at Colaa Bay. Colaa, I don't know. It's obviously based off, like, similar language to... Oh, there was a Zygarde thing right over here. I knew there was one over here, but I didn't expect it to be right next to the cave entrance. Alright, we got another Zygarde cell. That's pretty much all I came here for, although I think there are some items. Yeah, there's some islands here. There might be a hidden item here. No? Yes, a big pearl. Could be useful in terms of selling it for money, especially because I'm using a lot of repels. Ah, nice and shallow walkway to go across the islands to reach a dive ball. That wasn't necessarily worth it. Anyway, that is pretty much it for Melee outside of a couple of Zygarde cells I can get, so I think for now I'm going to leave the remaining Zygarde cells, because some of them are at nighttime as well. I could have sworn there was one on the Howley outskirts too, but I guess not. Maybe I'll double check that off screen. For now, let's return to Colaa Island, and actually this is exactly where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Wele Volcano Park, because there's a surfing spot over here too. So let's make our way over this way, using our Charizard? Using our Charizard. And there's this little ramp down here that we can use. And we can surf with Lapras along here. I already took care of some of the trainers through here as well. Could have... Oh, or maybe not. He's still swimming. Oh, I thought I took care of every trainer, but, boy, was I wrong. Let's just make sure we avoid that guy, then, as I make my way over here to the beach. Ooh, a hidden pearl. Ah, nice. Well, I'm very glad I stopped by there first. Alright, so there's some dens over there, but the Zygarde cell is right there. Wow, that was actually close. I'm glad I looked down on my 3DS. It kind of blended in a little bit when it comes to you know, the looking at the capture unit, especially with the glare of the sunlight as I'm recording. Anyway, there's this little lift hill up here, and just beyond all of the rocks lies a max repel that we can pick up. Somewhat useful. Alright, I've been using super repels because I think super repels, I've been using them like that for a while actually. Super repels are a little cheaper than max repels and you only get 50 less steps out of it, so it's not too big of a deal for me. I think I've already faced that trainer, yeah, I believe so. So, as long as there's no item in the water... Oh, there is an item in the water all the way over behind this guy. An antidote. Okay, well, again, useful for battles if I'm in some deep trouble against poison types or, well, any Pokemon that can learn Toxic. There is an island over here, however. I've already faced you, but I think you have an item somewhere, or is it just it's just a fishing spot? Okay, only a fishing spot. Can I even access... Okay, I can access it from this area. Can I even lure anything in? I wasn't able to lure anything in Melee C. I lured in an item, a pearl. I think I mentioned that before. In case I haven't, at the fishing spots you can find items instead, such as pearls, like the one I just got. No Zygarde thing here. Well, I jumped off the ledge. I'm gonna just go ahead and assume that there wasn't another Zygarde cell over here. And I'm going to fly with Charizard. I need to double check. Oh, there's Paniolo. We can go to Polino Town. I think there's some Zygarde cells in Paniolo we can get. Or at least one of them. Especially during daytime. So, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, Polino Town. Let's see. Zygarde cell. Where, oh where is the Zygarde cell? I know there's one here. I know there's one at nighttime too, actually. Not one there. Zygarde cell. Zygarde cell. Where, oh where is the Zygarde cell? Huh. Is there really not one over here? Or did I collect it? I think I might have collected it off screen. Again, there's some that I've collected already that I don't seem to remember. I think there was one by the hay bale. Or maybe that was a hidden item. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, no other ones in the ranch. Alright. I really probably should have kept a checklist of ones I've collected or not. Anyway, now that we're pretty much done with most of the backtracking I wanted to do, pretty much collecting a lot of Zygarde pieces and showing off some areas we can access now that we had Lapras Paddle and the Charizard flying gliding thing, let's go back to Heya City, and let's go to that check mark that is on the bottom screen with Rotom, although it's not actually on the screen anymore, because when there's cutscenes like the Charizard glide playing, there's no bottom screen, it's just a black canvas. Alright, so back in Heya City, no, I'm not using a repel right now because I'm not doing anything. Let's make our way over to the Dimensional Research Lab.
Go, Nebby! Use Splash! I was just acting like I was James. You always seem to end up getting hurt, Nebby. So I never really liked Pokemon trainers, or thought I would want to be one myself. But when I see James and Al, it's like they've thrown open some door that I always thought was closed. They stride straight through it into the future. It seems so amazing somehow. Oh, James. Hello. I feel like it's been a while since we last met. There's a laboratory here that studies the dimensions. Did you know? And the professor is waiting to meet you. How were your trials? It must be quite trying to do 3 in a row.
It was no problem.
Goodness, really? It wasn't any trouble for you to tackle all 3 of Colaa Island's trials? I suppose that explains it. The reason you look so content and understood by Stuffle there, I mean.
Well, what are we waiting for? We have a dimensional research lab to actually. Oh wait, I already been here, never mind. I forgot I collected that item. But it all came back to me suddenly. Anyway, oh, there's a guy here. You weren't here before, were you? Dimensional research, huh? That reminds me of something I heard about some rare Pokemon that can use rings to teleport itself through space. Ah, you must be referring to the Kalos Pokemon, Hoopa. Okay, there's a gripe I really have about Sun and Moon. For some reason, unlike other Pokemon games where you could just walk to an elevator, press A on the elevator doors and they open, you actually have to use the buttons. You have to walk to the buttons, then press A, and then it automatically walks you to the elevator door. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go to the 3rd floor of the Dimensional Research Lab, and arrive for some more cutscenes. Hey there, honey.
Oh, hi.
This here's Professor Bernette. She runs the Dimensional Research Lab, yeah? And she's also my wife.
You're James, right? Lily told me about you. She said you were the reliable sort. 3 months ago, I found Lily lying on a beach. Cosmog in her bag, also unconscious. No how did he?
How? He's out doing his own thing. But he'll be the real deal someday. He could even become a kahuna, just like old Hala. Before him.
You really think so?
Whoa! Well, yeah, I really do.
Good to see you again, Hal. It's been a while since I last saw you.
Anyhow, I brought James here because I wanted you to tell him about some of the mysterious phenomena here in Alola.
I'd be happy to. The mysteries of Alola, huh? Then you've got to mean the Ultra Wormhole. It's extremely rare, but sometimes a hole opens up in the sky over Alola. It appears that this rift leads to a different and unknown dimension. The reason that people think there may be a mysterious dimension is because of the legends of fearsome Pokémon appearing from the Ultra Wormhole. It's very weak as proof, but I can't ignore it. There is also plenty of evidence already in the Pokédex for the existence of different dimensions, right? Fearsome Pokémon? Even normal wild Pokémon sometimes attack people, right? But the Pokémon that appeared from the Ultra Wormhole went way beyond that. They were called Ultra Beasts, and they were feared. If the stories are to be believed, the guardian deities of the islands fought desperately against them. But like I said, it's all legends and folktales. It's hard to know how much is true. But I would be very happy if I could somehow unravel the mysteries of the Ultra Wormhole by studying the dimensional disturbances. We've recorded several known relationships between Pokemon and different dimensions in books. You can find them on the bookshelf in this lab. Alright, so you might have noticed if you played the 5th generation of Pokemon that this right here is Professor Bernette from the spin-off game Pokemon Dream Radar. She looks a little different compared to that game, but she ended up living in Alola. She's married to Kukui. Who would have guessed? We've recorded several known relations. Oh, this is stuff you already mentioned. Yeah, thank you, Kukui. Thank you, Kukui wife. Thank you, Professor Bernette. Oh god, that sounds sexist. Bronzong. It brought rains by opening portals to another world. It was revered as a bringer of plentiful harvests. Ah, nice lore for Bronzong. I mean, it is cut quite long. I mean, it's not as long as a certain Alolan form in this game, but we'll get to that later. Giratina. This Pokemon is said to live in a world on the reverse side of ours, where common knowledge is distorted and strange. Nice callback to the distortion world. Palkia. Its total control over the boundaries of space enable it to transport itself to faraway places, or even other dimensions. I like how they went with Palkia, then they went with Giratina, and then the last one they went with Bronzong. What's a Dialga? I don't know a Dialga, I don't even know her. You want to know what happened 3 months ago? Well, I'd wanted to learn more about Cosmog. I decided to speak to Professor Bernette, but I got lost along the way and ended up wandering about until I collapsed on the shore. She listened to my story, staying up all night to hear about it, and then she even got her husband, Professor Kukui, to lend me his loft to stay in. and she told him to help me investigate Nebby's origins too. Professor Bernette has been so kind, and she's still helping me try to find a way to get Nebby back to its own home. She's been like a real mother to me.
Aw, that's so sweet. Anyway, we're pretty much done here. I think Hal has a line of dialogue, but he also says it downstairs, so let's just head down. How about that, James? If Ultra Beasts are really out there, I wonder what kinds of moves they can use. You finished all 3 of Akala's trials. Woo! And now comes the big match against Olivia, the Island Kahuna. It's the biggest and baddest trial of them all here on Akala, the Grand Trial.
Good luck. Olivia's house is past Diglett's Tunnel. It's in Coney Coney City. But watch out for Team Skull. I still have some things I want to talk to Professor Bernette about, so I'll stay here. I'm off to check out Diglett's Tunnel next. It's a whole cave made by Pokémon, right?
And that's exactly where we're headed to, Hal. Next time on Pokemon Sun and Moon, we will be heading to Diglett's Tunnel, just outside of Hiahia City. For now, thank you for watching, and until next time, catch you later.